Welcome to another board game Blitz from the Player's Aid. I'm Alexander.
I'm Grant.
And today we're taking a look at old school tactical Eastern Front 1941-1942. And that's by Flying Pig Games.
It's a good one.
This is a tactical squad level hex and chip war game. Other ones that we played regularly, things like GMT's Combat Commander, we love that, played that a lot. So that was kind of a point of reference to try and break those rules to learn these ones and treat this game for what it is. So what's something that you liked about this game?
And I'll make a comment about your Combat Commander comment. I don't think I've been shy about it, but I really enjoy Combat Commander. It's one of my favorite squad-level tactical World War II games. I just love the way it works. Love the dice pulling with the cards. So this game, I went into it trying to hopefully have a good time with it and enjoy what's here. Couple things I really liked. Really love the counters. They are absolutely amazing. Probably the best counters I've ever seen in any type of tactical war game. They're big. They have great art. We're not going to show them to you, but I mean, look at that. They're huge, right? Great art. Really nice. The board's great. I enjoyed the lethalness of the combat. I think once you got your firepower a little high, 8 or 9 or 10, all of a sudden you're killing and breaking every round, and that felt good, right? It felt like it was real. Like we were literally, I was on the back of a stone wall, you were on the other side, we were chucking grenades at each other and firing, and you know what? We lost like 4 men during that time. So love that. Really think it's a good game. It's a good one. I'm going to say this is a very good, solid game.
Yeah, I really enjoyed like you said, this game rewards the attacker. It's very hard to hunker down and actually stay safe. The defensive bonuses just aren't there.
They're not great.
You can stack them quite nicely in something like Combat Commander. You can sit in your foxhole in the woods and you'll be okay. This game, you got to go out there and kill and take the objectives. Hard to hunker down. We played a little bit with the vehicles, and that was very different again because they can move across the whole map.
Yeah.
And that was amazing to see how much that changed the game, because this is combined arms, so you can use vehicles for flanking maneuvers, and that was really cool as well.
For instance, I moved my truck, or whatever the BA-20 is, armored car, literally from this side of the map to this side of the map to stop you from advancing into the objectives, and that took 1 turn.
Yeah.
Which was really nice, because on a road I get half a movement point, so that was kind of cool. So I like the vehicles. I was actually glad that we focused more on the infantry here in this scenario.
Not just getting swamped with all the rules, because there's whole other combat tables just for the vehicles as well.
Yeah.
Like you said, artwork's fantastic. You can watch the unboxing video, and I'll put a link in the bottom for that just to see what the components look like. Little drawbacks for me were just there's a lot of counters. Every condition or the way you mark things by being used has a counter, and then you've got your units and then their weapons as well. So the stacks can get kind of unwieldy at times. If you've got multiple large stacks, you get ham-fisted like me, it gets kind of fiddly. So that's just something to consider.
Yeah, my only real negative with it, and I'm not a huge fan of dice rolling. Obviously, every game has to have some form of dice rolling, but I feel like in this game, how many times did we roll?
We rolled horribly.
And we'd roll snake eyes or a 1 and a 2, and it's so defeating and almost so deflating. It makes you want to almost give up, surrender, and just go back to the drawing board.
But, and that's the rules. That's the nature of the game. You kind of have to have randomness in the game. But we're used to playing the Combat Commander where you can use up all your bad cards so that
good cards are coming.
Get something good. Here it's like
that's a way to mitigate the randomness, right? There's a set amount of numbers in that deck. Here I could roll all day, and if a 5. I mean, and that was pretty standard for my rolls. Really liked the impulse system. I thought that was a very cool take on it. You continually got more impulse points than me, but the interesting thing was you really couldn't use it.
Had fewer units to use them with, and it was
especially near the end of the game where you got down to 2 or 3 units, and you were like, I have 10 units, 10 impulse points left. So I liked that. This scenario, the one thing I didn't like was the confusion, but it was very thematic, right? The Germans put on the NKVD uniforms, and they're infiltrating ahead of the push, and we were confused. Do I fire on those guys? Do I hold off? And that really caused me to struggle. But very, very neat. I look forward to playing this game more often. I know you're going to work on maybe an AAR.
Yeah,
of
we'll
that.
put up this scenario. I got crushed. But the high point of the game, I think you want to highlight this as well,
awesome.
was the melee combat.
Best part of the combat.
Fantastic. We had couple big stacks come together, and it is brutal.
Yeah.
You know, even if you win the melee, it doesn't really feel like you win it because you have very little left over.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, you're getting big numbers and you're just rolling, and it's
especially when the unit died that the leader is attached to. That is devastating, right? And I did a I think 11 or 12 roll, and you lost your leader and your guy, and that was very devastating. But one thing as comparison by way of Combat Commander, one thing we like about Combat Commander and the melee is the leader bonuses. And if a leader ever gets broken because of a card or something, that completely changes the calculation. I really liked this that does not change. This truly is instantaneous melee combat.
Yeah,
right in your face, right? You run in the room, everybody throws a grenade and stabs with a bayonet, and it is over. In Combat Commander, it sometimes feels like it's a long, drawn-out process, and this was much more quick and much more brutal. Loved it.
Yeah, I think the whole game, very fast-paced, like the impulses, you kind of go through it quite quickly. This gets big thumbs up from me. We'll play this again soon.
Yeah, definitely. I like this game, and I think we'll eventually learn the rules better. I think we still struggled. We had to dive in the rule book. But one of the things I know that this is presented as is a fairly simple, get your head out of the rule book, get your head in the battlefield, and I think that's true and correct. We just needed to get the basics. So definitely a thumbs up for me. I enjoyed it.
Awesome. So thank you very much for watching. That was Board Game Blitz with the Player's Aid.